It's one thing when a developer says that they're going to implement changes and do continuous updates, right? It's another thing when they actually do so, and that's exactly what we have here with the CZN devs. I just want to go ahead and give them their flowers, and I want to provide them the credit that they deserve, because they have been doing such an incredible job with this game in receiving feedback and then being able to proactively implement said feedback and be able to do it in a very timely fashion. It's impressive, to say the least. So we have a new developer note, upcoming improvements in the second update. It is massive, to say the least. What they've implemented in this update and in this developer note is phenomenal, and it needs to be commended, because it is commendable. So I want to go over it with you all. As a Yuki main, there are some Yuki changes, updates, or buffs, whatever you want to call it, in here. So of course I had to cover it. CZN is my most favorite game currently. What the developers are doing with this game is insane, and I'm hoping once again that they continue to do so, because this is, I mentioned this many a times, that the open communication is something that I hope they continue, and they've been doing just that, and it's very, very nice to see, and a fresh breath air. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into it, because this is huge. Once again, massive shout out to the developers for CZN. They are incredible so far. I mean, they've been knocking it out of the park, to say the least. Anyways, they go on to state, hello, this is the Chaos Zero Nightmare development team. It has already been 1 month since the official launch of Chaos Zero Nightmare, which is pretty crazy to say. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to all protos who have played the game and provided valuable feedback over the past month. As previously mentioned, we are now ready to share the confirmed improvements based on your feedback, which will be applied in the next update. We will continue to share our thoughts, concerns, and future improvements through developer notes before updates, which is once again incredible. Currency requirement improvements. This is huge, and maybe newer players won't understand this, but individuals that have been playing since day one, that are trying to take their combatants from level 50 to level 60, we all know the pain of that, and we are all broke currently. At least if you're doing things, you know, if you're leveling up your characters, you understand that, right? So first, we'll be improving the currency requirements. One of the issues that it caused the greatest inconvenience for protos. It truly is. I mean, to take a combatant from 50 to 60 is absolutely insane. Based on your feedback and our in-game data, we confirm that the amount of unit currency required for agent growth has been excessively burdensome. That's an understatement. Actually, that's probably the right statement. By adjusting the most fundamental growth element, agent level up, we plan to improve the overall growth experience and to help you build your early decks to enjoy the game without long-term roadblocks. Yeah, because that can be a part of the game, or an aspect of the game, that turns people off. The inability to be able to level up multiple characters. Now, I get it, you won't be able to level up every single character, that's understandable, but more than 2 or 3, right? Because at the moment, you need 2 teams, 6 combatants for each team. To be able to build those characters up, just those 6, is a task in of itself. So that's, you know, understandable. With this update, the required unit consumption for leveling up agents will be reduced by 80%, not 50%, not 60%, 80% from its current amount, greatly improving the overall leveling difficulty for agents, which is, that's massive. 80%. Previous unit consumption 1 million, over 1 million. Updated unit consumption 216,000. That, I don't know what to say about that. Like, usually, once again, I would be expecting half, 50%, so like 500,000, but 216,000, that's nutty, right? That's absolutely nutty, fam. Previous unit consumption for partners level 60, 519,000. Updated unit consumption 103,800. This is huge, because now you're going to be able to make more teams, be a little more versatile by being able to build up more commands. I mean, W in the chat, like honestly, massive W all around here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable update. All right, moving on from there, all units already consumed for agent leveling will be fully refunded. This is another massive W, right? Like, this alone is huge and amazing in of itself, because you don't see that often in gacha games at all. But then to go ahead and fully refund via in-game mail after December 3rd update, that's, I don't know what to say. To be quite honest with you, these are the things that we're looking for nowadays when it comes to games that we play and we invest time into and resources. We would love this level of, appreciation and being able to get the things that we are looking for. It's a nice, it's nice, right? It's really nice. It's something that other games should emulate. Next, we'll be adding the Blackhorn trade, where you can obtain more agent growth currency, which is really nice. You have the weekly challenge boss materials, which is awesome because we could definitely use more of those outside of just doing the actual challenges. And then we do have the event now that gives you one of these, so or 3 of these, excuse me. So it's good to have more places to have these. Definitely the shards for the memory fragments materials, and potential materials. That's all really good stuff. Protos who wish to train more agents can now clear chaos to acquire Crystal of Discord, which is probably that material, I'm going to go ahead and guess, which can be exchanged at the Blackhorn trade for additional growth currency. Very nice. The amount of Crystal of Discord earned is not heavily affected by difficulty level. Okay, that's good to know. We are also reviewing other ways to let you experience and train a wider variety of combatants. What I was mentioning earlier, right? The variety, the flexibility, the versatility of being able to build up more combatants, to try different teams, because there's nothing worse than being able to have combatants, especially 5-star combatants, that you can't go ahead and build up. And this is something that I mentioned so really quickly, just as a side tangent to kind of piggyback on this. At my 300 selector, I could have selected a brand new combatant, right? Like a Kalipe, for example, I was missing, and then have them on my account. But one of my main arguments against doing that and just simply getting a dupe for another character like Renoa is because if I was to pull Kalipe and get her on my account, I wouldn't even have the resources to build her up, because I'm focusing on other combatants that I already invested resources into. So that's a prime example of the resource grind, or the amount of materials and resources it takes to build up a character. It was just it wasn't feasible to be able to focus on more than a few or a handful. So being able to now focus on more is great, right? That's really nice. Combatants growth level to match the captain level. We're reviewing various ways, all good stuff, right? Now, the chaos gameplay experience improvements, it seems like this is something that they are continually doing, which is great because this is the main part of the game, right? Improving the roguelike experience is an ongoing long-term task for the project. We are discussing a variety of potential enhancements, and our goal is to implement improvements as soon as they become feasible. Because of this, the update may feel gradual at times, which is okay. However, we will continue to apply necessary adjustments quickly to enhance the chaos gameplay experience. Always nice. First, to support smoother chaos play, the divine Reaper feature. I'm wondering why there's a line through that. Reaper feature is added to existing options when the divine delegate event occurs, which is this occur right here. Reaper feature fixes monsters HP at 1 for 3 normal battles. I know they had a 2, but now it's 3, or maybe it was always 3. You can let me know in the comments down below. And it seems as if they will provide an option that allows you to skip the early stages more quickly, reducing the time spent on deck building. Okay, we'll now guarantee at least one option with the Reaper feature. I wonder why there's a line in there, because this is essentially saying that there's always, that's going to be guaranteed. That line in there, I don't know if they're like, that was a mistake, cross that out. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but it'd be nice nonetheless. After we revealed the scoring rules for save data, many protos shared that while challenging various different deck builds, they had to calculate their deck building scores manually or rely on external tools. Oh yeah, this is huge, right? To resolve this, the agent info screen will now display your current save data's faint memory points in real time. Massive. This is huge. Now, I always was keeping it, in my head, the amount that I would be able to have and be able to utilize, but to be able to see the face value of it, that's next level stuff right there. And for them to be able to realize that and then go ahead and implement it this soon is crazy. So once again, massive shout out to the developers for this. This is such a QOL change right here. That's gonna be awesome. I love that. Now, moving on, in addition, we would like to share details on another improvement currently in development, which is reducing skill animation time. Although overall attack animations in Chaos Zero Nightmare are fast, many players have expressed that skill animations still feel comparatively long. I've seen that complaint, I don't share the same sentiments in my opinion, for me personally, but I do see a lot of people talking about that. If they make it like a toggle feature, for example, in another game that I used to cover, Ether Gazer, you can toggle the ultimate animations off, or you can have it to where it plays once and then each time after that it skips it. I'll be okay with that. Now we are preparing improvements such as reducing post skill delay and allowing animation skips. Yeah, there you go. When using other functions during skill activations, these features require additional development time, so they will not be implemented immediately, which is fine. I'm okay with that. QOL improvements. This update will include improved UI to clearly display the current turn count. Okay, in the base of hyperspace, nebula distortion, and similar content. Cool. Additionally, the 1x1 swap system was caused significant inconvenience when forming two-party teams in content like base and hyperspace. To address this, we'll be adding a quick formation option that allows agents to be replaced all at once. Nice, great streamlining. Yeah, that's awesome. I did find a little burdensome to do it 1x1, so being able to do the whole team is great. Animation improvements during chaos. When entered a mental breakdown state, screen effects will now be more intense. Awesome. And unidentified area text will include additional horror effects. I love it. I love that. Special effects for using breakdown cards have also been improved. Very cool. We will continue strengthening the presentation so you can further immerse yourself in the darker atmosphere of the game, which is something that I always enjoyed. I mean, I think a lot of people play Chaos Zero Nightmare because of the dark aesthetics of it, so getting more of that horror theme, I'm all about it. We also want to explain our internal review regarding Yuki. So if you don't know, just in case you're new to the channel, welcome. I am a Yuki main, or at least I consider myself one, so this is huge for me. This updates pickup agent. Many protos expressed that Yuki's performance did not meet expectations. I get it. I think those were early expressions of her performance, but I get it. Our development team has reviewed this matter very carefully. Okay, internal data shows that Yuki already performs well in battles against 2 or more enemies, correct? So simply increasing her numerical value was deemed to carry a high risk of overbalancing the agent, and that's just simply because she is an AoE character. But not only is she AoE character, she is competent when it comes to the damage. You just need to get the right deck build, the right synergy in the characters. I've talked about this before, and then she performs incredibly well in my opinion. It's just getting there, right? She's just not unga bunga right off the bat. It's getting the right deck put together, synergistic deck, and then she pops off. Therefore, instead of applying immediate buffs, we are analyzing Yuki's gameplay data and considering improvements that replace her least adopted Epiphany build-up options with more effective alternatives. I'm all about this. I love unique builds. If you look at my channel, I try and do different out-of-the-box type of builds, so I'm all about that. In particular, we are actively reviewing a build option that allows Yuki to transition into a single target build. That's funny. It's funny that they mentioned that because I did put a video, it might be my most recent video, talking about a secret Yuki build. If you haven't seen that, I'll probably leave it at the end of this video for you to check out, where I make her into a single target damage dealer, because I noticed that they do have an Epiphany for Flash Slash that is single target, and then she has some other single target cards that you can use, and she can become primarily, if not entirely, a single target damage dealer. So it's very interesting that they mentioned that. This will not be available immediately, but we'll do our best to deliver it as quickly as possible. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. All about it. I don't know if you would consider this a buff necessarily. We'll have to see what the alternatives are. I would say this is more of like a almost like a revamped in a sense, but it could be a buff, just depending on like how they go about making these changes and how effective those alternatives actually are. We'll have to see in game, but anything Yuki related, I'm excited about, especially if it's something that can make her better. I'm all about it. I think she's an incredible character at the moment. I think she performs very well, but anything to make her better is great. We are also preparing upcoming content for next update, such as Great Rift and Codex, where Yuki will be able to demonstrate her strength. Hey, I'm all about it. We'll continue working and create content environments where pickup characters can fully showcase their abilities. Yeah, I think that's in reference to, like, she came out and we're in a primarily a void world, which doesn't really benefit her that much. And the Chaos's, you know, bosses that are single target doesn't really benefit her that much. And then the Nebula Distortion, we're going up against the Crab boss that's Passion, doesn't really benefit her that much. Like the only beneficial thing that she got was Dimensional Twilight, and then when you take her in there, she annihilates it, right? She's the best unit in that. But for the new Chaos, Laboratory Zero, Nebula Distortion, like, yeah, she just, it's not that she's underperforming, she's just not being able to fully showcase her abilities. Exactly what they said here, because of that reason, right? If it was an order world for Laboratory Zero going in there, I mean, I think people would have an entirely different opinion about Yuki. But that's just me. Lastly, although not included in this update, we would like to share some features planned for future updates, almost like a roadmap. No, you can also encounter dimensional tunnels during Codex gameplay. Okay, in Codex gameplay, you'll be able to encounter dimensional tunnels even after the season ends. That's awesome. If certain conditions are met, dimensional tunnel events will appear in Codex, allowing you to continue enjoying this content consistently. Nice. If you acquire a forbidden card, your save data will receive a season mark. That's awesome. Additionally, when you obtain an agent in rescue who has already completed ego manifestation, you'll receive an additional reward, spectral cubes. Spectral cubes can be used to purchase combatants, memory codes, partners, prism modules, and more. Okay, it's just an extra currency. That's nice. Protos who have already acquired combatants beyond ego manifestation will also receive spectral cubes via mail in future updates. That must be for 4 and 5 stars, right? I assume. Beyond the improvements discussed today, the update also includes a variety of new content. We plan to share those details at a later time. That's awesome. We'll continue communicating actively to developer notes. Huge, massive W. I mean, the whole thing is just a massive W. I don't know what to say, except that these developers are amazing. They're doing a great job. They are doing all the right things that you want a development team for a gacha game to do, and I just commend them for it and ask that they keep it up and keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they're definitely doing all the right things in my opinion. So anyways, I want to get your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is a W or what else you would like to see implemented. These are things that are going to be incremental, so keep that in mind. But anyways, I love it. I'm all about it. I'll see you all next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name's Cody. Call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.